This is the setup for the gated clock. Up here is the 555 timer outputting a square wave. That was built in the last lab. And down here is the new stuff built in this lab. The purpose of this lab is to use this quad AND chip to AND these two signals and output the result down here. So this top one is connected to the output of the 555 timer, so it's going to be a square wave, so the LED will flash. That's input 1 into the AND gate. The second input into AND gate is brown wire, represented by this LED, and that we can control using these two switches. So it has two valid states, 1 or 0. It's 0 when this bottom one's pressed while the top one isn't. It's gonna feed a 0 through this pull-down resistor, and it's going to be 1 when we press the top one and not the bottom one. And that's gonna feed a 1 through this VCC connection right here. Let's actually power this on to see it actually work. So the 555 timer is outputting a square wave, just like it's supposed to. And right now I am feeding a 0 into the AND gate by pressing the bottom switch. And since 0 ANDed with anything is 0, this bottom LED is just off. And this middle one being off just confirms to us that the brown wire is indeed feeding a 0. Let's feed a 1 into the AND gate. This middle LED being on tells us that the brown wire is feeding a 1, and 1 ANDed with something is equal to that something. Like feeding a 1 into the AND gate will make the output follow whatever the second input is. And since the second input in this case is the square wave output of the 555 chip, the output is going to flash.